I want to talk about the broad topic of language and how different people describe different events. We can both watch an event happen, but have different memories and different takeaways of that particular event. So if I were to say, I broke a vase, in English, we usually would say, Destiny broke the vase, or just like I said, I broke the vase. I'm usually going to be implying that somebody is at fault. But in Spanish, you would just remember that someone broke the vase. You would just say the vase accidentally got broken, or the vase broke itself. But that types of stuff gets confusing because then how would you say I broke my arm? Would you say that your arm broke itself? This messes with tons of things, like eyewitness testimony on the court stand. You end up blaming someone more, and our language can guide our reasoning. Diving deeper into that, I would say that language can profoundly change the way we think or act in a multitude of ways. In the beginning of the TED Talk, the speaker starts to define the behavioral definition of talking and it getting transmitted into the audience's mind and us transmitting the knowledge into our heads and creating a thought that produces language. Now we have all different types of sounds in languages. We have different structures and different attitudes, and we're going to touch back on that later. Now here's a food for thought. Does the language we speak shape the way we think? Holy Roman Emperor said, to have a second language is to have a second soul. And that is a prime example about how language can shape our reality. Now, on the contrary, Shakespeare said, and I quote, "What is a name? A rose by any other name would smell just as sweet." And that would suggest maybe our argument is wrong, but that would also suggest that this argument has been going back and forth for hundreds of years. Remember how I said the different type of language we speak can shape our different type of reality? The Cook Toyora people have a different way of living. You know how we have a right and left? They have cardinal direction. Hear me out. So instead of saying, there's an ant right there on your leg, you'd be like, there's an ant southwest on your leg. Or go ahead and move your cup to the northeast a little bit. And what's also cool about this is you don't have to say hello. You say, where are you going? I know it's a little bit of federal, but having to say where you're going to everybody, you wouldn't say, oh, I'm going to my grandma's house. You'd say, oh, just northeast in the far distance. And you'd be like, what about you? Where are you going? Next time you see your friends, be like, where are you going? Instead of saying, hey. I also want to touch on how words can go wrong in